Barely Ballers. What's up, baby? We're back. How are you?
Finally, it's been a minute.
Been a minute, and let's address straight off the top the elephant in the room. Wherefore art thou, Draco Malfoy? Holy fuck! What's? I know you like Scope, like I know you're a fan of his content and that, but you've gone too far now.
Yeah, well, it was a 2 a.m. job last week, and it went a bit ginger, so I got it touched up yesterday.
It looks like a 2 a.m. job too. It's actually not.
No. This was properly done yesterday. It's a little bit more whitish than I thought, but he said it'll fade away, so you got to go this color to start. Just straight off the bat, yours didn't fucking look amazing when you were blonde either.
You know, I
so
look good when I was blonde.
Don't go throwing stones in the glass house there.
No, you need a tan. Let's just call it what it is. If you tan up,
really,
it'll be all right. Yeah, definitely.
It is winter over here, so you know.
Either need a tan or better lighting in your dungeon of a bedroom. But either way, we got a bit of a little jam-packed episode because we have been away for a minute. But we are going to be doing this as our NFL prediction show. Basically, we did it last year. Smash it, obviously, Alex. Thousands upon thousands of rave reviews. But basically, we're going to go through each division in the NFL. We've obviously, what are we, 4 weeks out now? Something like that? 3.5, 4 weeks?
Yeah. Starts properly in September.
September, yeah. So we'll go through each division. We're going to give our winner, maybe a little smoky as well in each division. I've multied all mine up, so I've got a nice little futures play there for you.
Oh, how annoyed were you last night at the multi? I know we're American sports, but fucking hell. 3 out of 4 try scorers. And then McKenzie snatched his try on the wing.
I hit Sevu Reese, I hit David Havili, I hit Richie Mwanga, and then Dalton Popoli was right there, ready to score. And the golden mullet, Damien McKenzie.
Oh, you should flick him a message.
Oh, the dumbest thing is I could have cashed out and I fucking didn't. So
right, yeah. Never cash out.
No, I was literally about to, and then Scope goes, "No, I'd let it ride," and so I just did it. Anyway, blame him. But right off the top, we're going to start with the NBA. We're not going to spend too long on it because obviously plenty's already been said. But massive trades. No one does the offseason like the NBA. Big movers. Alex will get your take on these. Obviously, the Lakers adding Russ. The Bulls basically having the world's quickest rebuild. Now they're ready to reload and go with my boy Lonzo Ball.
Are you looking over to ice?
He loves a bit of Lonzo.
Does he?
Yeah. And obviously the Nets adding Patty Mills, still looking golden.
Yeah.
The Heat basically have a whole new starting five and Iggy returning to the Bay. So give me a quick little take on the NBA trades before we rip into this NFL.
Yeah, I mean, obviously just start off with the Lakers. When that Russell Westbrook trade first went through, like again, I'm a big Russell Westbrook fan. I have been for a long time. But when that trade first went through, it was kind of a little bit like, don't know if it fits. Again, I didn't really think they had a shot at Dame or Steph, but obviously that would have been a better fit. But there were rumors around a trade for Buddy Hield. And I was like, well, that's maybe even a little bit of a better fit because Buddy Hield will be a legit, he knows he'll be the third option and he's also a decent three-point shooter, whereas, Russell Westbrook, maybe he will have a little bit of trouble accepting because he is going to be the third option on the team. In terms of scoring, in terms of having the ball in his hands. Well, he's going to have it more than AD, but you know what I mean. But then they started getting a few more pieces, and they don't sound like big names, but again, guys like Wayne Ellington, they kept Wesley Matthews, Malik Monk. He's a big pickup, man. Everybody's sleeping on that. And then also
Charlotte. Where's Malik Monk out of?
Yeah, he's from Charlotte. He shot 40% from 3 last year. And then another pickup that I really do like for them is, what's his name? Sorry, just running through here. Trevor Ariza was decent. He'll be a little bit old, but he might get some minutes. Kent Bazemore. Bazemore is a pickup that I actually really do like, just as somebody to get them through the regular season, because at the end of the day, playoffs comes down to a 6 or 7 man rotation. Westbrook, LeBron, AD, they're all old. They need dudes to get them through the regular season. So I'm not saying the Lakers are 10 or 12 deep in terms of the playoffs, but in terms of the regular season, they actually can run it quite deep. So I quite like the other acquisitions they picked up.
Yeah, Russ obviously doesn't take his foot off the fucking gas, whether it's playoffs or regular season. So my thing in terms of that, I liked it for that reason. I liked it that LeBron, who is known to obviously sort of, not coast, but he sort of plays regular season in sort of third or fourth gear. He doesn't really put the hammer down. And what it does is it sort of affects them seeding wise. Like we saw, like they get into a tough position. I think Russ is going to get their seeding up, go into playoffs, and then LeBron and AD can fucking catch fire. So, I mean, they've got a legit big three now. If anyone can make Russ work, it'll be LeBron. He's obviously not what they need. Like in terms of like what they need, you were looking at a pure point guard and shooting. They've probably added the latter, and they probably still don't have a I mean, Russ is a pure point guard, but you get what I'm saying in the traditional sense of the word.
Yeah.
But I mean, fuck, they've got a MVP. They've got a Mr. Triple Double. They've added a legit third head to that monster to take on Brooklyn. So I don't mind it. What about the Bulls? What about the Bulls going full fucking rebuild? And they probably nailed the offseason in terms of all the teams, and I really didn't see that coming.
Yeah. So I know we're going to touch on the Heat as well, but I actually like what the Bulls did more than the Heat. Because for me, the Heat, again, with Lowry and Butler and stuff like that, that's kind of like a win now team. The Bulls are a young team. They've got, again, Lonzo. I know DeMar's not that young, but, Lonzo, Levine, maybe they can build something there. Again, sliding DeRozan in, just a pure scorer, really. And then everybody's forgetting that Vucevic is still there. Like I've seen all the posts that I've seen have been Lonzo, Levine, and DeMar DeRozan. And it's like, fuck, Vucevic got traded at the end of last year. Like,
look at all the comments, and it's all like, someone please give Vuce some fucking love.
Yeah, no, he's a good player, man. He can shoot the three as well. So, but then at the same time, I was looking at the East, just the standings that finished last year.
Yeah.
The East, again, the West is obviously stronger, but man, the East isn't bad. I was like, who do you, in terms of, fuck the play-in tournament, I'm still talking about top 8. I was like, man, who do you take out of there? Like, maybe the Pacers, but the Pacers are still a good side. So I think the Bulls will make the playoffs, but I can't see that, there's still the Celtics, the Sixers, the Nets, the Bucks, the Heat.
Yeah. I don't think
I still think they're only going to get 7 or 8 though.
I don't. Like I said yesterday, rather. I don't think at all they're title threat. I just think they're going to be fun to watch now.
No.
So Levine's also awesome to watch, but the Bulls suck shit, so you don't watch them. Now at least they're going to be someone cool. If you're Zion, you're spewing because you got no one throwing lobs to you. But I do want to quickly move off the basketball, bro. So just lastly, touch on the Heat and Iggy to the Warriors. Firstly, for me, Iggy to the Warriors. Obviously, the Warriors are my team. Day one, you've known that for a hot minute.
Day one since Steph got his MVP.
Since Steph got his MVP, day one. Steph's the greatest player of all time. We know that. Iggy there makes sense. I mean, he's at this point of his career, he's exactly what he was when he left. I think he's just a nice rotation piece, a veteran presence who the death ray pointed on earth, you give him the ball.
I want Iguodala.
So it's cool that he's going back there. Otherwise, I don't think they need to add anything else. They just need to be healthy, the Warriors, and they'll be a red hot shot. And just on the Heat, agree completely. Win now. They've added nice pieces. They've got an amazing starting 5 now. You mentioned off the top when we're off air that you think they're probably going to roll Oladipo off the bench and start Duncan Robinson. Doesn't really matter for me what you do with those two, but I think Oladipo in that 6-man role makes sense. He can lead that second.
That's why I'm not saying Robinson's a better player than Oladipo. He's definitely a better shooter, but what's Robinson going to do as the leader of the second unit? Not really much. Yeah. So Oladipo can do it more. But no, what I was saying is, again, the Heat have built a win now team, but again, you still look at them: Lowry, Robinson, Butler, PJ Tucker. Bam, they're still not going to beat the Nets. Like, let's be honest, they might not even beat the Bucks, or depending on.
They're a 6-game series against the Bucks sort of team. I don't think they're.
Yeah, that's why I don't really like what they've done. They've chucked all this money at these win now players, but it's like, fuck, you're just not going to win. And I understand you can't just roll over. Yeah, no, I wouldn't have signed Lowry. I would have gone for somebody younger or picked up some assets or something like that. That's what I would have done.
You know me. I'm a guy that if you think there's a sniff with that team, like that team, they made
some injuries fall their way.
I reckon if you can get as close as possible and hope things go your way. That's my thinking. Yeah, because you're never gonna. Not everyone can sign Durant or LeBron, and those are the only two teams that you think are ever going to win it. So get as close as you can and hope for a few.
Yeah. And again, they're not so far off. Like, they do just need maybe. One of the big 3 from the Nets or the Lakers to get injured, and then they're actually good enough to, like kind of like a few seasons ago when they made the finals, just a couple injuries fall their way, really.
Exactly. All right, let's wrap it up there. We want to get to the NFL because that's where we do our best work. Boy, oh boy, do I have a bit of multi-jam for you, Ali. So we're going to start in the AFC East, North, South, West, and then we'll roll over to the NFC. Is that sweet with you?
Yeah.
Sweet. So I'm going to start straight off with the AFC East in terms of where we got this thing falling. I don't see a lot changing. I think we're going to get a bit of development out of Josh Allen, and I have the Bills winning this division. Like I said last year, I thought that they were going to improve. I thought the defense was going to be a lot better than it was last year based on the 2019 season. I was expecting some more progression. They kind of regressed defensively, and what do you call it? Ascended offensively. I think that balances out a little bit more. Smoky Super Bowl pick. They're very, very smoky in terms of coming out of the AFC, because obviously the Chiefs are there. They're the big dickers in that division, or in that conference rather. But they're a chance. I think they're going to be there or thereabouts come the pointy end with the likes of the Ravens. I'm into my Believeland, and also the Chiefs. But yeah, I got the Bills winning that division. My sleeper. It's not so much a sleeper in terms of I think they could win the division, but I'm going to go the Jets just because I'm excited to see what my boy Zachy Wilson can do.
Sleeper to win 4 games? Like sleeper to do what?
sleeper to provide some fucking excitement. I think the Bills are running away with this division. I love me some Cam Newton. Obviously, Bill Belichick's going to do his thing, but you're hearing a lot of good things about N'Keal Harry as well. Obviously, the wide receiver at Alabama who fucking flopped. You're hearing a lot of good things about, hey, him and Cam have got something special going at the moment. I think at some point in the season you're going to see the who's the white boy quarterback they took to fake Tom Brady.
Patriots, Mac Jones.
I think you're going to see Mac Jones at some point. I think Cam is all but washed up, unfortunately, and he's just going to be a fucking career backup from now on. But anyway, that's my pick. I'm going to go the Bills to win the division. That is they're at $1.71. And I'm going to take the Jets as kind of my smoky. More so, I'm excited to see what Zach Wilson can do, but it's going to be a struggle for my mighty New York Jets.
I agree with you on the Bills. I disagree with how. I think they're going to get better offensively again. And I've always been on this. Defenses don't last in the NFL. I think their defense either stays the same or gets slightly worse, but I think Josh Allen gets better. Stephon Diggs is still there. Yes.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah. So I think they get even a better of relationship, and I think they win the division quite comfortably, 13-4, 14-3, something like that. Now that there's 17 games, the Patriots are an interesting one. Because again, I've always been high on Cam Newton, first kind of player I ever watched coming out from college. But I agree with you; his best days are well behind him. He's never been that accurate of a thrower. That MVP season, he was fucking running over dudes. Like he was bumping off
linebackers and shit,
burning them. He was doing some Lamar Jackson stuff, except more to the side of Derrick Henry in terms of the physicality and less elusive.
Yeah, agreed.
No, it's tough with that one. I do think you see Mac Jones. In terms of smoking, I think Miami I think they'll push for a wild card spot this year, Miami. Tua, he's just got his boy Waddle.
He looks so, I mean, I'm going purely based off rig, and he's shredded out of his mind at the moment, and that goes a long way in football. So Tua and Waddle are going to be a hectic connection. And Miami's been improving the last
they're good.
3 years. They're a good side.
Miami's a good team. Yeah.
So, no, I like that. So, in summary, you've gone the Bills, and then all other 3 teams you're smoky. So, you're sitting on the fence.
No. Miami's the smoky for a wild card spot. I'm not expecting anything from the Jets. And I think, unfortunately, even though the Patriots had a really good offseason in terms of free agency,
they did.
I just think the Pats finish around that 500 mark again.
I think they also picked up, is it Hunter Henry? They picked up the big tight end out of...
Yeah, I think so, out of Oakland.
Oakland? He came via the Chargers.
Oh, sorry, Vegas, Raiders, whatever.
I think it's Hunter Henry. Either way, they got themselves a nice little tight end. All right, moving on to the AFC North. I might surprise you here because I love me some Baker, but I'm actually going to go the Ravens at $2.27 to win this division. When I got on them, again, I got on these in a couple of weeks ago, so the odds may have changed. I'm going off sports bet odds, but I've gone the Baltimore Ravens to win that division. I just think their window in terms of when to win a Super Bowl is getting narrower and narrower as the years play on, and as coaches start to not figure out Lamar Jackson, because he's such a fucking outlier. He's going to be so hard to figure out, but he's getting more and more contained as a runner, and it's forcing him to pass more. He's a lot better passer than I think people give him credit for in terms of...
He's got no weapons.
Short to mid-range, but he's got no weapons. So I think the Ravens, this is their chance. Right now, I think this is probably the last year they're going to win their division for a long time. So I think they're good enough right now to win it with Cleveland and maybe Pittsburgh, depending on what they do, nipping at their heels. But my smoke in the division is obviously the Cleveland Browns, because I think Odell's going to have a fucking blowout year, get that money, and then probably put his feet up again, as he does. But I think you're going to see some development out of Baker. They finally won a fucking playoff game, so they've got that gross monkey off their back. I still think Baltimore's good enough to get it done by a game or two. I think it's going to be a pretty tight division this year. The Bengals are going to be a bit of drift. Obviously, they're still rebuilding. Joe Burrow's nice. They got his boy out of LSU. What's his name? Jamar Chase.
Holy shit. Yeah, Jamar Chase. Yeah.
Jamar Chase. So I'm excited to see him play. But yeah, I'm going to go Baltimore at $2.27, bro. And my smoke, you'd be Cleveland. But that's a bit of a coin flip between those two. I'm not sold.
Yeah, well, so I kind of agree with you. I think Baltimore's going to win the division.
Were you surprised? Were you surprised that they're at $2.27 to win that division, or do you think that's kind of indicative?
No, because it's such. I talked about this when I jumped on with the Gridiron guys. I wouldn't put this division in a multi if I was betting on it. I think the Ravens are going to win, but I think with Pittsburgh finishing 14 and whatever they finished last year, they were a good regular season team. And then again, I think everybody expects the Browns to be better and build on from what they did last year. I don't think again, I haven't actually looked at the odds, but I'd be surprised to see if any team is paying less than 220, 230 or something like that.
They're all about that. It's a pretty even.
Yeah. So except obviously Bengals are going to be a bit higher, but so that doesn't surprise me. So yeah, I agree with you. I think the Ravens are going to win, but I actually think the Browns have a better Super Bowl chance. I'm not saying I think they're contenders, but again, I see the Ravens as a regular season team.
The weird take, but I get what you're saying. I to agree.
Yeah, so I think the Ravens finish, around the 13 wins mark, and I think Cleveland is maybe a game or two behind, but I would be backing Cleveland in a playoff game over Baltimore because I just, I've spoken before what I sort of think about Lamar Jackson. And again, he hasn't got any weapons like we just talked about. He hasn't got any legit receivers or anything like that, but there seems to be a way to play him in the playoffs to reduce his running and to reduce everything he does. So why doesn't that
work in the regular season?
I think it's either the same take that I have for Giannis is like you can do it in the regular season, but maybe it's just so much effort and so much energy to do it in the regular season. But again, maybe not because regular season games matter a lot more in the NFL. Or maybe again, the coaches, you don't want to show your scheme. For a game that doesn't matter, but save it for the playoffs type thing because NFL is such an intellectual game in terms of coaching, game plans, the way you play somebody and schemes and everything like that. So you don't want to show your cards to win a $20 pot. You want to go for the fucking $1,000 one. So
agreed. Yeah. Let's jump down AFC South then. I've got some real fucking value in here. The Tennessee Titans are paying $2.27. Give me that every day of the fucking week. Give me that every day of the week, mate. The Jaguars.
Yeah, did you just hear that Carson Wentz is down? So now Phillip Rivers is coming back, apparently.
Oh, fuck. Okay, well, in that case, so they're going to shorten the fuck up. So get on right now. If you can still get anywhere near the $2 mark, if you can get anywhere near the $1.80 mark for the Tennessee Titans, jump on that right now. There is no way they lose this division. Sunshine thrown to Tim Tebow is not going to get it done. Although I can't wait because he's looking juicy as a tight end.
Some reverse flea flickers and stuff like that.
I can't wait. There's going to be some weird college style plays that Urban Meyer's going to run down there. But their neighbors, Urban Meyer and Tim Tebow.
Oh, fuck.
So that's his college quarterback. It's his son. So he's got his son out there playing tight end. The Texans, obviously, they're shot to pieces right now. They lost their number one player. They've lost They've lost their Hopkins, and obviously we don't know what's happening with Deshaun Watson and all his stuff.
I just saw something saying that they're open to trades, but again, I still don't know what's happening with the lawsuit and stuff like that. Even if he comes back, doesn't matter. So I'm not even look. I'm going to pick a Smokey as the Jaguars just because it's going to be fun. but no one else is winning that division. That's the Titans one. I don't think we have to fuck around too long here. So again, I agreed with you. I agreed with you when Carson Wentz was the quarterback for the Colts because I think Carson Wentz is fucking awful. Yeah. Carson Wentz has just got injured, and now there's talks that Phillip Rivers wants to come back, and the Colts are potentially trying to work out a deal. So I still am high on the Titans winning this division, but Phillip Rivers, again, is a good type of, Alex Smith regular season quarterback, will win you 11, 12 games. He's a veteran. He knows how to play, can get rid of the ball quickly. So I do think the Titans, but if they do work out a deal with Phillip Rivers, I'd be a little bit more nervous chucking them in a multi again.
Right, let's jump down. AFC West, easy money. Kansas City Chiefs will win it. Smokey will be the Oakland Raiders. Fucking Las Vegas Raiders for me.
Really? You're going with them for the Smokey?
Yeah, I'm going for them with the Smokey. I think Justin Herbert's a nice player. I just don't think there's enough at the Chargers at the moment. And I'm a John Gruden guy. So picking the Smokey in this one doesn't make a lot of sense to me because it's the Chiefs. The Chiefs are winning the division.
Yeah, so, Chiefs, but I'm going to go with the Chargers for the Smokey.
They're at $1.35. You're going to go the Chargers. I don't think we need to fuck around there too much, because where we do need to fuck around is the ultimate coin flip of a division.
Oh my God.
The NFC.
Can we just skip this division?
The NFC least. Cowboys, Redskins, Giants, Eagles. Hilarious division.
Washington.
It's gonna
Washington football team, not Redskins.
Washington football, not the Redskins anymore. I'm gonna go the Cowboys. I'm gonna go Mr. Hard Knocks, Dak Prescott to get it done. Smokey be the Eagles just because I love me some Jalen Hurts, but fuck. You know what? The Giants could go ahead and win it, and so could Washington. I don't know, man. I'm going to go the Cowboys, and I'm going to pick all three others as my Smokey because who fucking knows?
I'm going to go the Cowboys. To be honest,
sorry, disclaimer. In my future multi, this is the one division I didn't pick because I don't.
Right.
Yeah, I left
so
but I'm going to go the Cowboys.
If the Cowboys don't win this division, shocking. I think they blow everything up. I think they've just given Dak
he's staying
some ridiculous fucking contract.
And they got CeeDee Lamb. They're not blowing it up, man. They got Zeke. Paid everyone, bro.
If the Cowboys don't win this division, that is so fucking embarrassing. But I'm going to go for the Giants, even though I'm not a fan of Danny Dimes. I love me some Saquon Barkley. Oh, a little mellow. I love me some Saquon Barkley. My hair looks like his.
Yeah, you actually do. Your hair is exactly like Mello's. Yeah.
So Cowboys, Giants for the Smokey because Saquon's quads are as big as me.
Yeah, his quads are as big as the Eagles' defensive line, so he's going to be sweet.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's go to a bit more of a fun one. The NFC North. Enough's enough now. I've got the Packers there at when I got them, they're at $2.06. That was still waiting with all the Aaron Rodgers stuff up in the air, so I got a bit of value there. I think they've shortened to like $1.50 something, $1.60. Yeah. So they win that. I've been a bit disappointed with the Vikings since losing Stephon Diggs, and they're just nothing.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate. Excited to see what give me
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields can do. Detroit.
Jared
Goff. Running my boy Goff out there at quarterback. Detroit will win about 3 games this year. So, I'm going to go the Packers to win this one. And then when we do our draft, and we'll probably do that this week and get a blog up, I'm going to be taking them as well. So,
the Packers.
I'm going to take them to win the whole thing. I'm going to get.
You said you're taking the Bucks for the first pick.
Well, I'm going to get 2 of the top 3. So I'm going to get 2 out of either the Packers.
Oh, you are too. Yeah.
So I'm going to just take the Packers and back that you'll take the Chiefs. So anyway, long story short, I'm going to go the Packers there. Smokies, again, I'm going to Bears just because it's going to be fun to see Justin Fields. But
I hate to agree with you so much, but yeah, the Packers, I was a little bit iffy on this one. What's that?
I said I'm a genius. It's fine to agree with me. Yeah.
Cool. I was a little bit iffy on this one, but again, the latest talk has just come out that Rodgers seems like he's staying there. And then I wasn't high on Justin Fields. I had him dropping in the draft, like he kind of did, to be honest.
But I've been hearing good tone right where he did.
Yeah, I've been hearing good things, been seeing good things about his training camps and everything like that. He's getting on with the players again, training well. I know it doesn't count for that much when it actually comes down to it, but even when the Vikings were doing well with Stephon Diggs, as long as Kirk Cousins is your quarterback,
there's a ceiling on where you can get to.
Yeah,
you're not winning.
So
Kirk Cousins.
So the Packers and then Chicago will be interesting. Always been a Detroit Lions fan because of my boy Megatron and Stafford, but they're just awful.
Yeah.
They're so bad.
No, they truly are. Agreed. And when we talk about Justin Fields, just before we move off this division, we've seen in the last few years, rookie quarterbacks that come in and make a splash straight away are usually the big-armed athletic guys, and then the league figures them out. So don't be surprised if you see Justin Fields maybe have a better start to his year than, say, a guy like Trevor Lawrence or Zach Wilson. But by the time the league catches up to Justin Fields, I think you're going to be the lack of weapons that he's got around him and the lack of system, I think, is going to probably come to the fore, and I think he'll have a struggle in the back end of the year, and the Bears will struggle. But anyway, let's jump down. NFC South. I'm going to defending champs. Obviously, this is it's a pretty easy division now that your boy Drew Brees is gone.
Yeah.
And Carolina aren't really doing much, and I don't know what the fuck Atlanta's doing, bringing back Matty Ice, but I'm going to go the Bucks to win this one. My smoky would be the Saints, just because I don't know, they're still a good side there, and if they're going to roll
Taysom
Hill out, it'll be a fun watch. But I don't think there needs to be a smoke in this division. I got them at $1.53. I think that's pretty much bang on. They should be the runaway favorites for that division. They'll smoke the Cowboys in that first game, and that'll shorten right up. So get on them now if you can. But I've gone the Bucks at $1.53.
Yeah, Drew Brees is gone, so that's the competition out. Yeah, I got the Bucks winning that, but Smokey, I'm going to go with the Falcons here. I think with adding Kyle Pitts. Hey man, real high on Kyle Pitts, and I know that's not exactly fucking an oracle or anything like that. Like everybody's been real high on Kyle Pitts, the tight end that they took at number 4. But I think he's going to do a lot for their offense. They've kept Julio Jones, so I haven't seen him.
Yeah, they've kept Julio.
Yeah. So I think there could be a little bit of a resurgence in Atlanta. They were terribly dumb last year. Like they really found a way to lose games just by doing dumb shit on the field. I think there could be a little bit of a resurgence. Matt Ryan, good quarterback, but again, his best days are definitely past him. But look to see around maybe 8 or 9 wins from Atlanta.
Yeah, agreed. Let's drop down last division. We'll wrap it up here. The AFC West. This is probably one of the toughest divisions to pick, along with the NFC East for different reasons. But I've actually got a bit of value here, mate. I got the Rams at $3 to win this division. I went the Rams. So I know I love me some Russell Wilson, so I'm going against the curve there. And obviously the 49ers going to be better with porn star Jimmy coming back. Cardinals are looking better. Everyone in the division leveled up, which is exciting if you're an NFC West fan. But I just think the Rams had such a good side. They were hamstrung by their shit quarterback. They've upgraded that, I think. Not a lot. I don't think Matt Stafford's a giant upgrade. He's a nicer player. But you know me, I was always a Jared Goff guy to the death, unfortunately. But yeah, I got the Rams winning that one. I got them at $3. The smoke in the division would be the 49ers because I think they're still a semblance of the side that made that Super Bowl charge. And obviously last year without Jimmy G, they were hamstrung by what they could do.
A lot of defensive players injured last year as well.
A lot of defensive players. George Kittle played fuck all. I don't think you're going to see a lot of Trey Lance. I don't know why everyone's fucking...
Nah.
Yeah, everyone's getting so excited about him. I don't think you're going to see... If you do see him this year, it'll be because they're struggling. Otherwise, I think they roll with Jimmy G, but they'll be my smoky. But yeah, I got the Rams at $2.99, which I thought was pretty good value for a bit of a coin flip division.
Yeah, it's just too hard to go against Russell Wilson. He's just such a winner. Pete Carroll, that Seahawks system. So I've got the Seahawks winning this division. And my smoky would actually be the Rams. I think the 49ers will be good. I probably don't give porn star Jimmy enough credit for, like, I keep seeing all these stats and everything, and
when he plays, they win.
Talk about exactly. When he plays, they win 75% of the games. When he loses, when he doesn't play, they win 25% of the games.
They basically don't win when he's not playing. I mean, I don't know how. Yeah. It's a hard stat, but essentially in layman's terms, when he plays, they almost always win, and when he doesn't, they almost always lose. So there's something to it.
I do think for me, he's one of those players with quite a distinct ceiling on that. I don't think he's, unless he's in that, like, you know, the Eagles team that Nick Foles was in, then Ray won the Super Bowl. That was just a fucking awesome team. Unless he's in that sort of team, I don't think he can carry a team to the Super Bowl. But yeah, so I got the Seahawks winning there, and then the Rams are a solid team. I always liked Matt Stafford, and because he had Megatron. Thinking about it, that was fucking 8 years ago. Like, it's a long time since Matt Stafford's been decent. He always used to put up over 5,000 yards, but again, I'm talking at least 6 years ago. So I think it'll be interesting to see how that goes. I just think they're a little. I love me some potentially a little late on Stafford.
Cooper Kupp's not Calvin Johnson. Let's be honest.
No one's fucking Megatron.
In fact, with that haircut, you look like fucking Cooper Kupp.
Fucking run a better route than him. But yeah, and the Arizona, I think they're going to be a fun team to watch. I just think they're really unlucky being in the division that they're in. Like, they've got it going for them that they're young, but I really hope it doesn't get to their confidence, because they've got to play each of those teams twice now. So that's 6 really, really tough games out of 7. You know, that's
they probably lose 4 of them, man.
They might lose all of them. Yeah. So, you know, there's a third of your games right there where you go, holy shit, these are all 3 of those teams in the division, other than the Cardinals, are, you know, genuine playoff teams. So that's just really tough on them. But yeah, I think Wilson carries that team.
It's not a bad bet. I was chasing a little bit of value with the Rams. I do think they can win the division, but yeah,
unlike you,
go with Russell Wilson. But anyway, that's a summary on that. Just to wrap it back up, I've gone the Bills, the Ravens, the Titans, the Chiefs, the Packers, the Bucks, and the Rams. I've left out the NFC East. If you want to be a gambling man and throw the Cowboys in, you can do that. But do you know what that gets you? That little multi there?
I'm going to say around the $250 mark.
112. So you were
okay.
Going a bit too far, but $100 on that gets you 11 grand. Do you hate money? Don't follow. So there you go. Jump on there. I think if you throw the Cowboys in, it'd fucking blow it right up. But we'll throw this one up and Alex's one in a little blog for you guys tomorrow. YKTR the Mag, Doozy Club members, all the best. Appreciate you all. Alex, you're a Doozy Club member, aren't you?
Yeah, basically.
Value for money, baby. All right, that'll wrap us up. I'll talk to you later, bub.
All right, sweet.
Later, G.